Hey, yo, Joshua Lastman. Thank you for watching, and welcome to the Joshua Lastman channel. Alright, so today I'm talking about Hook. A lot of people talk about the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis ports, and the Game Boy and NES and all that stuff, and the other stuff, right? But nobody ever seems to talk about the one that's not made by Sony ImageSoft, and that would be Hook, the arcade game, which is what I've got on the screen now, and I'm getting ready to play. Anyway, Hook is based off the Robin Williams film where he becomes Peter Pan. You ain't seen it? It's a good movie. All right, so you start out, you can play as Peter Pan, Rufio, Ace, Pockets, and Butt, which I'm gonna play as Peter Pan to start out with. In stage one, you fight on Captain Hook's ship. The developer of this game was made by Irem. Irem is famously known for Kung Fu on NES, as well as Head On, Commander. They made a game for TurboGrafx 16, that was Sword Lock Kung Fu. And they also made the sequel, to Kung Fu as well on NES, or Famicom. And they also made Moon Patrol, and there's quite a few games that Irem made, and I got Jack's Ball. Alright, anyway. The premise of the movie is Peter Pan was a fat bald lawyer who grew up. Yes, you heard me right. He grew up and left Neverland. And forgot who he was. Basic story, right? So years later, Peter Pan, Dustin Hoffman's character, Hook, is retired and looking for that one last challenge to take on his old nemesis, Peter Pan. But Peter Pan is no longer around as Peter Pan grew up as well. And, well, Hook isn't having that. So Speed and Hook divide the plan to capture Peter Pan's children, which they later find out that he has. And, yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but the basic premise is that Peter Pan has to go back to Neverland and regain who he was, with the help of Tinkerbell, Thudbutt, Rufio, and the lot. He does just that. And that's where the story picks up. Rufio is the new Peter Pan in Peter Pan's absence. I get stumbled there, but Peter Pan's absence. And it has a whole funny scene where they do insults, call each other crude dudes, bubble chew, and I don't know, it's not me that look at something. I've never seen it. Well, anyway, it goes dinner time and all the kids are eating and Peter Pan doesn't see the food. Well, Butt says you got to think, Peter. You've got to use your imagination. And he goes to this whole scene, helping Peter Pan regain that imagination or consciousness of a child. Because Neverland's supposed to be a place kids go that want to never grow up. Well, that's the story behind it. Anyway, I just beat level 1 here. But, yeah, a lot of people don't talk about the arcade version as much, and I don't feel like it gets enough love, so I thought I'll bring it to you all here on this channel and try to talk about it in detail. And me personally, I was a fan of the movie as a kid. I never saw the arcade game. I always saw the Super Nintendo version or the, home ports. I never saw the arcade game. But years later, I was looking around the internet for main games, and I came across this, and I played it. I was like, I wonder if that's the same thing. And sure enough, it's what you're seeing on screen now, which is Hook, the arcade game. Very colorful, follows the story of the movie pretty faithfully. There was an opening cutscene, but I skipped it for the video, obviously. And so as you can see, you're going through Neverland, beating up pirates, and in order to get Peter's kids back, so Peter can return to his life and once again help his family and rescue. Which I just died and I went back to Peter. I should have switched to Rufio, but I did not. Like I said, you can play as Rufio, but all the characters from the movie, and it's pretty cool actually. Each has their own strengths. Peter, which of course, has pan powers. It sounds weird, but he does. He has pan powers. Rufio has his little miniature sword, which I got one more life out here. So as soon as I'm done here, if I don't die, I'll switch to Peter. I mean not Peter. I'll switch to Rufio there. You can also pick up weapons on the ground to aid you in your fight against the pirates. It's so fun. It's just like I said, it's complete night and day when it comes to the home console ports to this. If you want to look up home console ports, you can definitely look those up on YouTube. And so that might give you a better idea of what home console ports are like. This is just immaculate to me. It's so fun, so genuine, so honest. And there's a Hook statue. You can see the pirates are riding those air carts that Rufio rode in the movie. So, yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of authenticity to it. This game's awesome. I would have loved to have seen a, I'll switch Rufio. Anyway, I would have loved to see an arcade cabinet back in the day. If you guys ever came across an arcade cabinet, if you're as old as I am, let me know in the comments, because that's an amazing thing, You don't see much of it, but like I said, this is pretty cool. It's a beat 'em up in that traditional sense, like Final Fight, Streets of Rage, and whatever. And you got different bosses based on the movie too, so like I'm fighting a guy named Jason. I guess he's a pirate. It is weird about this. One thing about this game is like the boss characters are way bigger than the kids. I guess because it comes from the kids' perspective and imagination. And I don't really have a real clue why they did that, but I would assume that would be why. So I don't. But yeah, this is a fun game. I mean, you love beat 'em ups. Too bad it never got a home console port. I would have loved for it to. I would have bought this as a kid. Rufio's so awesome. Rufio! I'm gonna play as Ace. The weird thing about Ace's powers is he's in tune with penguins. It's weird, I know, but so quirky. And to keep it fair, you only get one life between yourselves, so not about one life. You can gain extra lives. I'd assume that time bar down here has a lot to do with it. It's never really explained. But yeah, as far as traditional beat 'em ups go, yeah, this is pretty awesome. Oh crap. What did you just throw at me, dude? I died. Alright, so I'm gonna play as Pockets. The little dude. Pockets is the littlest of the Lost Boys. I'm not sure what his power is. Oh, I guess it's throwing candy or hammers or something. Looks like. Each character's got their own unique special move. And, it's awesome. A very awesome experience. Get a chance to play it, whether it be on main, whether it be in arcades. Yes, there's still arcades around. I know of one in Cincinnati, Ohio that allows you to play $10. And you can play arcades all day. It's called Arcade Legacy. It's awesome. It's definitely worth it. If you're ever in Cincinnati, Ohio, go check them out. They're awesome people. You'll have a fun time there. Alright, so I'm playing as Thud Bud here. What a weird name, Thud Bud. I wonder why he's called that. I guess because of his, maybe his size and the way he stomps. I don't know, that's how it looks like he's like kind of passing gas when the smoke goes up, you know. I don't know. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and stage 3, kind of hopefully show Captain Hook here. And I'll probably end the video after that. This obviously isn't the end of the game, but you do fight Hook fairly early on. One cool thing about Thud Bud versus the other characters is he's got like a more brawler style. He uses his fist instead of like a traditional sword. And I forgot to mention, which I don't think I mentioned it earlier, is you got traps and hazards during the stage fight. So that's what makes it unique. Like, I can go down here and release them arrows. I didn't take my enemies out completely, but it kept me from dying anyway. I love how Thud Bud just gets in there like, bow, 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 with his fist, you know. Fun game. Fun game. Can't highly recommend it enough. Oh, what'd I do here? He's like throwing eyes at me. I'm over here bouncing at him like roly-poly. Yeah. That's right, no hooks. You know that sign, no hooks. Oh, boy. Gotta love the classics. And just gotta love them. But yeah, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit that. I would appreciate it, because I'm definitely bringing more content out. I'm just waiting in between days, you know, to do it. But I'm getting better at bringing content out. It's been a while since I've recorded YouTube videos, because I was always doing TikToks and stuff. It's been a while since I've recorded straight videos like that, you know, where they're just like long form or whatever you call them these days. Yeah, hopefully I can get to Hook here. These guys. I died. Alright, so I'm gonna switch back to Peter Pan, man. Glad you couldn't play as Tink. That'd be kinda cool. But you can't play Tinkerbell, which is fantastically played by Julia Roberts. Such a good classic. I need to go rewatch it. This. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, now I can show Hook. I think. Go ahead and collect these things over here. And that one thing with the heart just refilled my health, so... The stages are quite varied and quite long, actually. Oh, there's Hook. Yeah, first look at Dustin Hoffman's characters. For some reason, it shows 2 hooks with a question mark. I don't know why that's like just significant. Maybe, I don't know. But when you beat him, like he goes bald for a second. Like if you get him down enough, he just goes bald. You know, like Dustin Hoffman does in the movie. Because, like I said, Hook's kind of obviously a bit older here. And so I guess the green is representation of maybe the younger self. I don't know, but... Oh yeah, and it has that cuckoo clock you can't stand. I wonder if the shark makes an appearance. Go ahead and beat the game. I wonder if the shark makes an appearance. Or the alligator, what? I don't know why I said shark, but I can't say alligator. So as you're defeating Hook, those little jars up there disappear. go ahead and see what stage 4 is in the video. But yeah, like I said, man, IRM Games, they got a lot of good games, and they got a lot of good games, and like I said, if you're a fan of Hook, it's definitely up your alley. Alright, this has been Joshua Eisman, and I'll see y'all in the next video.